5 on the Smith Commission, I call Owen Thompson to be seconded by Ian Blackford. That's not Owen Thompson, of course. So please welcome our candidate in Midlothian, Owen Thompson.
Good morning, conference, and thanks for taking me for this resolution. I know many of us are still feeling deeply disappointed by the outcome of the referendum last September, but who of us could forget the days just before that when Gordon Brown came to Midlothian to make his vow, his promise of all these new powers that we were going to get for the Scottish Parliament if the people of Scotland voted no. The promise was for Devo Max, or nothing less than a modern form of home rule. Even came with a timetable. All the UK parties were very quick to endorse, and so came the vow. Many of you, like me, would have been deeply sceptical of whether or not they actually ever meant to go through with the details of this vow, but I don't think any of us would have expected of it to have fallen apart quite so quickly as it did. So while we know that many people across Scotland on the 18th of September were voting for these more powers, the sad facts of it are they were conned. It only took till 7:30 in the morning of the 19th of September for David Cameron to emerge from number 10. How many of us could forget that look in his face? 3 union parties have made commitments, clear commitments on further powers for the Scottish Parliament. We will ensure they are honoured in full. Well, to me, I'm certainly not seeing that happening yet. We heard from Linda Fabiani earlier, the Smith Commission, Labour's proposals to that, falling flat. The clauses that are coming through are not delivering on the promises that were made. Over the weeks and months that have passed since the referendum, the timetable that was laid out to us all has slipped, it's flipped, it's flopped, and finally we did get the Smith Commission. Perhaps another chance to make amends and backtracking that had previously occurred? Not a chance. Conference, I think it's important that we acknowledge the work of John Swinney and Linda Fabiani in the Smith Commission, because it could not have been an easy task. While we had representatives attending the Smith Commission meetings to try and put forward the case for progressive change for Scotland, they were simply met by a wall of opposition from a unionist cabal, simply looking to stifle and block every attempt of progress that we would try to make. While we've got a Scottish Government looking to take actions to improve the opportunities for people of Scotland, we continue to see a Labour Party repeatedly making calls for action on employment issues, yet Labour Party didn't even propose that through the Smith Commission. They actively blocked it. The reality is we've got a Labour Party in Scotland who claim to support Home Rule but will do everything possible to block it. We've got a Labour Party in Scotland who would be happy to see a Tory minister able to make decisions on the impacts of Scotland than having powers devolved to the Scottish Parliament. We've got a Labour Party in Scotland who want to see claim traditional values, yet are anything but. This afternoon, Gordon Brown's coming back to Midlothian, a return visit if you like. We wonder what promises he might make this time. But I would say to him, yeah, again, he needs to have a look at what the Labour Party are proposing. I mean, we see our ministers, our members of Parliament having public meetings and inviting anyone to come and ask questions, but yet again today, Gordon Brown in Midlothian, it's a secret meeting, a private location by invitation only. This is not how to get your message out to people. This is how exactly the Labour Party have found themselves so detached. So as we move into this general election campaign, we're now under 6 weeks. Simple fact is, the Labour Party have abandoned just about every founding principle they had. Under Jim Murphy, the New Labour they have simply gone from bad to worse. So I would say this to many of the Labour supporters out and around the country. If you are a traditional Labour supporter and you want to see these positive changes for Scotland, come with us. There's an opportunity with the SNP to see this real change, and it's by electing the strongest possible team of SNP MPs in May that we'll actually get to see that change happen. Please support the resolution.
And Ian Bradford to second to be